I got my first job in software engineering, I had next to no real dev experience and immediately started developing apps using React and using CSS frameworks like Material UI and Tailwind. And more it seems like this is actually becoming quite a common route into front-end development. So what's the problem with this? Well, as a new developer, I felt like I was really missing out on some of the important lessons that you get from learning the basic building blocks of the web: HTML, JavaScript, and CSS. So when you start off by using React, and I'm picking this due to its popularity and because it's what I started off with, you write something called JSX. The React docs tell us that JSX lets you write HTML-like markup inside a JavaScript file. And what I found when I was learning React was that the resources weren't really touching upon the rules around writing good HTML. Best practices when it comes to HTML include writing accessible semantic HTML, proper use of ARIA and data attributes, and how to properly label form inputs. These actually have quite big impacts on accessibility, and so really important to get right. I also found that when I went back to pure JavaScript, it really gave React some context for me. So knowing the things that you need to do when you code in pure JavaScript allows you to understand the problems that React is trying to tackle, and therefore why it's so powerful. So this is a big one for me. So there are a bunch of CSS architectures and frameworks out there, and you can spend time learning each of these individually. But what's going to really put you in good stead is learning the underlying concepts of CSS. It's what they're all based on anyway. So some of the things I'm talking about are the box model. So this is how content, margin, padding, and border all work together to produce layouts that you see on the screen. Stacking context. So if you've ever wondered why you can't get your Z-index to work, this one's for you. Layouts like grid and flexbox. So I can't stress to you enough how learning these helped me make better layouts and become a more efficient programmer. The cascade. So knowing this will help you in situations where the CSS you think you're applying to something isn't actually getting applied. So those are my tips for new developers starting out in front end. I'm not saying that you have to learn all of these things in complete depth before moving into the frameworks, but I do think that learning these things will save you a lot of time and headaches further down the line.